Hey guys, how's it going? tmanplays here with another Warno ranked game for you today, and we're going to be playing as the 3rd Armored Division, facing off against the good old 11th Parachutists. So we know there's a possibility of being Gazelle Cannon spammed, Puma Pirate spammed, etc. So that's why we're starting off with a decent amount of AA in the PVADs, the Chaparrals, another PVAD there, and we're going to rely on those AA pieces to basically keep out the helicopter spam. Going with a lot of fire team AT4s in these buildings here, as well as LRS that's going to try and sneak here so we can get some sniper shots. I want to take this area early so that I can put pressure on this reinforcement road, because if I can sneak a tow team into this area or a mech rifles unit, I can really cut off that reinforcement lane. On the left, just going to put an LRS here. Not going to be too aggressive at the start because I know he has the advantage with forward deployment, and I just need to build up my forces to then have the force to be able to push him out. So just going to have a tow here sitting in this building defending the road. As we see a Puma Pirate followed up with a Gazelle Celtic there. On the far right, just moving an ACAV to the corner here so that we can have vision if he tries to sneak anything behind our lines. And the LRS already starting to fire on these Chasseur Paras. You can see I have another tow unit here. It's going to get in this tree line and then move up so that we can control this open area. Since the Puma Pirate's firing upon us, we're going to exit the building so that we don't just take unnecessary fire. And we have these CEVs, which are really our anti-infantry units for 90 points, have a really nice gun on them with a nice range, good accuracy, really nice HE. So we're going to rely on that to basically deal with the infantry that's surely to overwhelm us here. PVAD's already going to start firing on this Puma Pirate. Not able to get any damage off though, just able to stun it, send him back. And we're going to move our CEV here, since we do have the tow to control if he gets any armor against us. That way we can start getting shots on all the infantry in here. Kind of hold a line, as this side pretty open right now. Gonna eventually get some armor here in the hopes of pushing through. So you can see already capturing key areas on the right hand side. I did have a CEV up here as well in case he had infantry here. Unfortunately though, we are taking fire from some snipers here and I can't see that. So a bit unfortunate there, as our infantry will eventually die to that. Chaparral did get a Puma Pirate tow. Gonna be able to control the open ground here. Destroy the Milan Paras. And we see a bunch of smoke starting to come down. Gazelle Cannon on this side, scouting my units, so gonna force us to move up our PVADs there, as we don't want him to get free recon. And in case he's calling in a bomber, we're gonna move back our LRS, also getting a stinger for this area, just so that we have some AA defense. Moving up my other CEV on this side, just to further cut off this lane. And we see some Seppers Paras coming in. And the fire team AT4 is not going to fare too well against the satchel charges there. Do have an Abrams that's able to fire and support though. And we have some mech rifles getting to this position. Did take a P4 Milan shot there, so gonna have to pull that back. Also getting some more AA. And gonna move up some supply to repair our CEV. So a lot of sappers, paras, a lot of high veterancy infantry. So my infantry not really going to stand a chance. Also, as 3rd Armored, we don't have a lot of infantry in order to compete with them. So it's going to be tough getting and fighting for these areas. I did see the Chasseurs Paris kind of going for my chaparral there, so decided to pull that off. Don't want him to just destroy that. See the seed plane, so I did turn off my AA, just turned it back on. Able to at least route the seed plane there. And we see he's already starting to move in a CV there. And I knew there were snipers there, so I just moved up my ACAV to be able to destroy those, as they have no AT. And the CV has now entered our zone, so I'm going to push up the Abrams, kind of see what he has, as we try and destroy the LGB bomber there. So Abrams going to come in contact with a lot of AT and Milan units there, so going to have to pull that back, as we don't want to take any AP-less shots to the face. Those hurt. So going to pull that back for repairs, and just going to kind of park our Abrams in the back to where we can just get shots like this and not be in any real danger. Our LRS doing a nice job dealing with the machine gun there. Don't want our Stinger to go down though, so we're going to pull that back. But our infantry here starting to fall pretty quickly. I am getting some engineers up to try and hold these buildings, as those will do a better job, as it's unlikely for him to push any type of armor through here. But the smoke cover, really well played by him, honestly, because it's making it super hard for me to get fire support shots off. Also, it's blocking the line of sight of my LRS, so I'm constantly having to move this unit back and forth in order to spot these units in the tree line, which is extremely annoying. But it's also bad for him, because you can see now I'm using the smoke that he placed for me to basically go in and out and fire at these Milan Paras. So you can see I'm just poking back out now, gonna get a free shot. By the time he fires at me, I just go back into the smoke, come back out. CEV, really good hit on the Paras there. So yeah, my Abrams basically using the smoke that he's placing to my advantage. But all these Milan Paras, pretty scary. Want to try and destroy as many of those as quickly as possible. I don't feel comfortable pushing up this Abrams, as it's heavily damaged. So just trying to destroy all these Milan Paras very quickly. He did go for the CEV there instead of the Abrams. Smart. But LRS ends up taking that out. And you can see I'm just moving across some armor now to kind of act as fire support along this ridge against all the infantry there, as he is starting to take over our right-hand side. And I called in a bunch of fire teams here in order to push through, deal with these Sagais that he's pushing up. So don't want to get close to these Sagais with the Abrams, so we're just going to decide to pull that back. I see a lot of good targets here for my Apaches, so I bought 2 of these, and now they're just going to absolutely unload on all the units here. Let's see, just able to shred his armor. He does have some AA in the rear, but even these P4 Milans gonna get absolutely shredded by the Apache rockets. Supply goes down as well. Do get hit by a Mistral there, but we're laying waste to all the infantry in this area, because clearly he doesn't have enough AA to deal with my Apaches. So now that these are heavily damaged, I'm gonna decide to pull them back for repairs, as they did what they needed to do. And we basically kicked him out of the zone, being down nearly 200 points at this stage. ATGM plane makes it out alive. You can see I'm still moving back and forth my LRS, trying to find line of sight on this area so that we can get our units like these Bradleys here to be able to get shots on all the infantry that's in this area. And my Abrams finally getting healed up, and this one able to shoot at range. So we're holding our own now in this area. The engineers helped out a lot. My CEV moving to the side here to get rid of these Sappers, because there were just a bunch of Sappers. We do have to watch out for these Airmobile though. And moving up our fully healed Abrams and our Bradley here in in order to start kicking these units out some more, as I don't want them to have any control of this tree line. So you can see some more smoke starting to come in to block my line of sight. And he's basically trying to force me to get close so that he can get shots on me, which is extremely smart. So very well played with the mortars here. But we're slowly starting to kick him out of our objective. And you see now I'm moving up my LRS on this side to basically get vision over this area, see what all he has here, as I will excel in any type of open ground engagement. But mainly, I want to get my tanks here and here so I can hold him off in this general area. You can see Aeromobile pops out there to try to get a shot on my M1A1, so we're going to pull that back as our Chaparral tries to deal with the Gazelle cannon here. Able to take that out. And we're just trying to scout for our armor with the LRS here and the fire team law. I did repair my engineers and a fire team AT4 here, so we're just going to swap those out with the injured units here, try and push them up through his lines. But now all his smoke's pretty much cutting out my fire support, so gonna have to wait before we can push this up anyways, as some of our tanks are damaged. Seed plane coming in on the right here. Does miss though, but not able to get a stinger hit on target. And now just trying to resupply my LRS, get these sniper shots in. As our TOW 2 here, able to get a Lynx, and feeling comfortable that he doesn't have too much here. I did want to push up, but then our infantry got taken out by these airmobiles, and we don't want to take any sort of engagement with the Apilas, so gonna pull those back, wait for some infantry. So you see I'm getting 2 HAs now. I'm pretty determined that I can push him out of this area because I've traded well at this point. And then gonna move our supply so that we can repair our LRS. See 2 more planes coming in. ATGM plane does snipe my injured Abrams there. As the Chaparral not able to take out the Jaguar. And he does make it out. So I did get another LRS that I'm going to move to this area, make sure he has nothing here. And then you'll see I'm pivoting my HA to basically go on this area, as well as just kind of moving my armor around, see what he has, as he's smoking off where his aeromobiles are, so I can't fire support those. But we are able to at least snipe them with our LRS, so we will do damage over time, as my HA will cover the LRS in case he decides to fire upon that with anything. So as the smoke starts to disappear, Bradley able to start to get some shots on, and at this point I fully repaired my Apaches, so now I'm sending those back into the fray. As the Jaguar does take out our PVADs there. And now with these Apaches, we're just gonna go straight through, do the same thing as we did before, see what his air defense is like, try and take that out. Jaguar Seed does instantly come though and take out one of my Apaches. I'm not going to stand for that, so I buy an Eagle, take that out. As our other Apache still doing a great job here. And I had another one that I purchased to make 3, but now we just have our pair again, able to start dealing with all this infantry that he has. And that's going to be pretty painful. So rockets just coming down, taking out these squads. Bomber there comes in. Eagle able to take that out. Did land and damage my M1A1, so we're going to pull that back for repairs. And our Apache is still just seeing what all he has in front of us as we're slowly destroying his line. My HA here, cutting off his reinforcement lane. He does get another plane. Takes out another one of my Apaches, but our double stinger here with the chaparral, going to be able to take that out. And lastly, our Apache barely survives from the Jaguar seed there. And the Jaguar seed actually makes it out alive. So our Apaches are all dead at this point. I still have some more that I can purchase. But the ones we fielded are dead. And now we have to deal with his helicopters. And our Stingers going to be really struggling to hit these Puma Pirates because they have 10 ECM. As well as our Chaparral really struggling to hit this Puma Pirate. And our supply situation is kind of bad because we have a bunch of empty logistics trucks all over the place. And our Stingers now are out of ammo. Series Chaparral still missing on the Puma Pirate there. And he did a really good job taking out my PVADs with the seed aircraft. So that kind of forced me into this infrared situation where I have to rely a lot on supplying them. But we at least have our armor up now. And perhaps a little too close on the unit placement there. Really should spread these out a little more. I'm putting the infantry here to basically make sure he doesn't sneak any infantry to sideshot my tanks. As we see a Jaguar ATGM comes in. Eagle, though, gonna go straight for that, take him out. So we're slowly dwindling down his Air Force as I'm scouting with my supply here. Chaparral finally takes down the Puma Pirate. And my Stinger squad here, moving to the middle to provide air coverage as we move our LRS to get to a better position to see over this open field area so that my HA can really start to push in. We are still losing at this point, so I need to start capturing his objective. We are just about 18 minutes into the game at this point, almost halfway. And my HA doing a really good job of just cutting off his resupply line there as I'm going to move another one in support. Don't want to get too close to this area, though, as I think he still has some infantry here. And I don't have any real infantry to push him there yet. I do have the infantry here, but that's more so protecting the rear. But I am going to move one of the squads over, since all I really need is one in this building. P4 Milan there, gonna get caught out by the HA and go down. And I have a command M1A1 to eventually get in this zone. See all the P4 Milans there. Does get a Jaguar ATGM on me. Same as before though, Eagle gonna chase that down and we're gonna take that out. Now I just need to retreat this HA for repairs. And my other HA is now going to take the place of the injured one as we finally get some supplies up for our LRS here. And we have an HA moving straight through the middle to cut out all of these units. So other HA now shows up, able to take out another Milan Para, and every one of these that we take out is basically giving us a huge advantage with our armor, as he's running out of options to deal with it. You can also see I finally brought in the A-10. It's because we've pretty much dwindled down his anti-air and his planes. So now it's a good time to start really punishing him with the A-10s. As the first plane coming in here turns out to be Seed. Able to get some good hits on the ATGM plane there. Send him back home. Not able to finish him off, though. So it's a recon vehicle there. And our A-10 starting to destroy some of these mortars as we're pushing through with our armor. And now our other HA can start moving up. Another P4 Milan trying to hit my HA there, but by that point in the game, we drove him out of the objective, and we did enough to win. So yeah, hope that was a good game, kind of showing, kind of starting slow, building up a force, and then pushing your enemy out. Not really panicking when he started to tick on us, but just focusing on what we needed to do to win, playing to our advantage. So yeah, hope that was a good game. Hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.